Hey, this is B, and I'm here in PAX Australia 2019, and I'm here at Ardent Roleplay. And this is a weird AR DMing tool based in Brisbane, right?
Brisbane.
And this is Ty.
Hi, I'm Ty. I'm a programmer at Audacious. We're making Ardent Roleplay. Been doing it for about a year and a half now, so pretty keen.
And so this is basically a tool for GMs or DMs, whatever you want to use. Instead of using the minis, you use these cool little AR cards that the iPhone basically looks down on and is like, cool, instead of a table, it's now a raging river.
Exactly, yeah. So we're supporting both Android and iOS. Currently have builds for both, which is great. But yeah, DM tool. So basically, instead of just looking down at your minis, which you can use these in tandem as well, it lets you overlay some more complex assets with the real world, which you can utilize to send specific reveals and whatnot to your players.
Yeah, I saw that it was really cool. So it was basically this crossroads that I got to see, and depending on the character, so if you have a really cool investigation check, then the wizard is able to see this like coin purse that the ranger and the rogue aren't able to, but then the ranger sees footprints and the rogue can see a trap. So everybody can be sent different pieces of information.
Exactly, yeah. So the way we're doing that is using some file-based card messaging to use a notification system, which means that we can hook in with both Android and iOS again, and we can actually send out those notifications to specific devices. Sending those out means that really we can send state updates to anyone at any rate with as many people as we want, which means that metagaming issue that you run into of now suddenly no one's interested in that magic item doesn't really happen because they actually don't know there's a trap. So we've utilized that a lot, and that's something that we're really leaning into.
Yeah, it was really cool because there's this aspect of like being able to see your own set and everything's sort of different. And then there is also an in-game messaging system as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So the way that kind of works at the moment is it's a GM to player and player to GM. The GM can actually message as themselves or with some aliases, so they can message from a shopkeeper, from an NPC of some kind. They can use it as just the general updates if you see XYZ. And yeah, that's also leaning in more towards that forcing players to interact with each other through roleplay rather than everyone just listening on what you're doing.
So what do you have set up now? Is it just minis? Is it just landscapes? Or what kind of characters and creatures do you have right now?
So at the moment, we've got a fair few sets of assets. We've got a core pack, which has got a few little bits and pieces from other things. We've got a city-based pack, we've got a dungeon-based pack, and we've got some wilds. I think we also have an ocean-based pack as well. So the wilds have got more of your foresty things, some trails, all of that. Ancient Margastar, which we can show on our AR photo booth. Dungeon packs got some general dungeon assets, some caves, whatever else. And oceans, we've actually got a full ship that you can look at as well.
So different parts of the ship, or just like one big ship that you get to look at?
Both. So we've got an approach sort of view where you look at the whole ship. It's sitting on some water, you can see the waves rolling kind of deal. And then you can actually look into specific rooms of the ship and explore with your party, step by step.
Okay. So creatures, we've got landscapes, we've got props. Now, is it just sort of fantasy at the moment, or where do you see this sort of going?
At the moment, we've got a lot of high fantasy assets, and we're sort of leaning into that quite a lot because it's been a lot of what our target market is, and that's generally around sort of the D&D, Pathfinder, whatever else. But we are starting to move into some sci-fi things for Starfinder and anything else that's sort of coming out sci-fi. And we're looking at moving into as many genres as we sort of can, I think.
So where is the project at right now? Can I buy it right now, or what am I waiting for?
At the moment, we're at just early access, which is coming out in the next month or so, is the projected timeline. Following that, early next year, we're hoping to get a full release out. The reason we're kind of holding back is we've got a full creation kit as well that needs a bit of a rework so that everyone can actually make the most of the tool.
So what is a creation kit then that we're waiting for?
And so this creation kit lets you make your own campaigns, sessions, and encounters. And those encounters are what you actually show on your cards. And rather than just making everyone use the stuff that we've made ahead of time, we want people to be able to make things that are more specific for their campaigns. They can't exactly make their own assets for it, but we have such a wide variety that that's pretty much going to be something that you can use for your campaign.
Is that something you're looking for in the future? Something that like a mod community basically, or is that like far future?
We have spoken just a little bit about possibly letting people upload their own assets and things like that. Yeah. There's some logistical tech things around it and how we handle it that we haven't actually looked at, so it's a little bit further down the line before we can actually seriously consider it. But yeah, as of now, at the moment, we're just looking at using our own assets.
So if people want to find out more, where can they go?
So we've got our website, ardentroleplay.com. You can go there and get a lot of information on that. There's actually a few other assets on there, so some print and play stuff, and we have some decks that you can buy. It'll send you all around to find all of those things. Failing that, you can always look for our social media, and that'll always point you in the right direction as well.
Do you remember your social media?
Ooh, I think it's at Ardent Roleplay app on Instagram, and you can just search Ardent Roleplay on Facebook as well, and you'll find that.
Awesome. Thanks so much for your time, Ty.
No worries, thank you.